The role of the manager as we know it today has been around since the turn of the century. Not the turn of the most recent century, but the one before that, the 1800s to the 1900s. The role was developed when we were developing the concept of the assembly line. And when you develop an assembly line, what you do is you take a piece of work that used to be done by a skilled craftsperson, an apprentice, or that through the apprentice system, and you divide that work up into little component pieces. You take those pieces and you figure out the one best way to do that thing. And you assign that work then to an unskilled laborer who you can pay less than you'd have to pay a skilled craftsperson to do the work. You then watch that worker and make sure that they are being productive and make sure that they are producing at the volume that you anticipate they should be producing those products at. This is the role of the manager. Divide up the work, assign the work, determine the best way, make sure people are working. And to today, this is still much of what people understand the role of a manager to be. However, we're finding a lot of clashes that are happening in industries because while that's the approach to management that we've all grown up with, myself included, the job that's being done today is not the assembly line work. Well, okay, there's still assembly lines, but there's an entirely new industry that's come out through this third industrial revolution, the information and technology revolution. In this revolution, the way you dominate a market is not through mass production, is not through economies of scale, but through innovation, through disruption, through creativity and speed. And these things don't come from the same approach. You can't divide up creativity and give it to people and figure out the best way to be creative. You come up with creative ideas. You implement the creative ideas. It doesn't work that way. Creativity is a much more dynamic, is a much more whole person thing that has to happen. And one of the things that we found that makes this work really well is self-organizing teams. Self-organizing teams are able to bring together lots of different skills. Yes, they may have a specific skill set that's their depth, but they also have a breadth of technologies, a breadth of skills, a breadth of interests, a breadth of ideas that they're able to then pull from. You don't come up with an idea like Uber by thinking linearly. You come up with creative ideas by combining and recombining things from lots of various places. And as a leader, to get people to do that, you need different tools than what was designed as a manager role at the turn of the century. You need a new set of roles, a new set of skills, a new set of things that you do as a leader to help self-organizing teams. Yes, self-organizing teams still need help. They need someone to help them so that they don't have to think about a lot of the other things. There's a lot of different things that you need. Self-organizing teams are great, but not everybody is at the same level. Not everybody has the same skill sets. Not every self-organizing team immediately is productive. Self-organizing teams need leadership. They need help, but they don't need managers in the way that we used to do the job. There's a whole new set of skills, and I want to help you learn those new set of skills. You read my new book called The New Agile Manager. You can find out a lot in there about it, but I also have a class coming up that I'd love to have you sign up for so that we can talk about this in depth. It's a 6-week class where we'll be talking about what it takes to lead a self-organizing team. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.